So do you ever feel like you're a bunch of different versions of yourself and you're not quite sure how to integrate them all in your life, and it's driving you nuts? Well, I'll tell you a little story. I feel that way too. I feel like I am a bunch of different versions of myself. I have Jen the podcaster, I have Jen the YouTuber, I have Jen the acupuncturist, I have Jen the daughter, the sister, Jen the author, and a bunch of other stuff. And I also have Jen, the lazy girl who does nothing because she's trying so hard to figure out where to go next or what the next step is. Well, what if this is the next step? What if this is my next step? What if your next step is to not integrate them all in right now? So these things I just mentioned about myself, these are just identities, okay? They're roles that I'm playing in life. They're me, but they're not actually me, okay? Just like your job or anything that you do in your life, it's a piece of you, but it's not you. It's a part of the whole pie, okay? So when we identify so much with, say, our career, a lot of people identify with their career and they make it like their entire life. This is my worth because it takes up a huge chunk of my life, like 75% of my life. So therefore, this must be my worth, my career. Or maybe it's their love life, right? If you're a wife or a husband, whatever. This is me. No, this is me. This is what I identify as. So instead of us always taking the whole picture of ourselves, of who we are, we take like little bits and we drive ourselves nuts trying to figure out which should be like our main identification. But here's a newsflash. There is no main identification. We are all of these things. You are all of these things, yet not all of these things. Because they're what you do. They're your identities. You're the roles you're playing throughout this thing called life. And you need some sort of identity. I mean, the ego needs some sort of identification in life. We can't go through life and say, we're always going to have an I am. I am something, because that's what our ego does. It's the identification, okay? So just pay mind to that. So basically, when we're at a point where we feel like we're all these different things and we're like, I don't know how to integrate them all into my life. I don't know how to balance myself. I feel overwhelmed right now by life, or I feel stuck, like I can't move. I'm frozen in fear that I'm going to fail, whatever thing I put my focus on and my energy into. Well, maybe this is the next step. Maybe number one, so you have a couple choices, probably more than that, but two I'll bring up here. I think two. Number one, this may be a test of patience for you, because trying to push against your own divine timing is like trying to push against the brick wall, right? You're trying superhuman strength and it's not going to budge. It is not going to budge for you. You're trying to push in the direction that the universe doesn't want you to go in your life. So test of patience. Number two is to look at it from the whole pie, okay? Say, instead of just focusing on this piece of cherry pie, this little tiny sliver, look at it from the angle of, okay, if I eat this piece, as opposed to that piece, it's all part of the same pie, right? It's all part of the same pie. But what do? We put our focus on this one piece and we forget that there's 8 other slices of pie waiting to be devoured. The whole thing. So we essentially are very narrow-minded and we think, I have to go this way or this way. We're like robots. We turn ourselves into robots. We do. We're like, this way, or this way, or this way, or this way. Disregarding that okay, if I go this way, maybe it's just because I need to take action, because being completely stagnant means the energy is stagnant. The energy in my brain and my body, everything is stagnant. So sometimes you just need to move in any direction to get the energy moving, okay? It wants to move. Then it'll kind of redirect and all kinds of stuff. But when we move in a certain direction, we're often, it's like our doomsday or whatever, or we think like, this is it, this is the only way, and I have to stick with it for the rest of my life. No. You will either redirect yourself because it doesn't resonate anymore, or the universe will redirect you in some way and you'll take maybe a detour to get to the same thing. But the thing is to be open-minded about it. And keep your eye on the whole pie, the whole cherry pie, not just that little sliver. Okay, so patience, understanding, and realizing that this may be a temporary means to get to the whole thing. Now here's the catch. Make sure that whatever direction you go or movement that you take resonates at least a little bit with you, your spirit, your soul, okay? Maybe it's not going to resonate 100% yet, but keep in the back of your mind, okay, is this something that I can do to help integrate everything in, okay? We always think we're like this or that, but why can't we be everything? Why can't we integrate everything into who we are and what we do? Why can't we be a mother and a sister and a healer and a YouTuber and a podcaster and an author and all these things, even though they're just roles? So our egos, don't get carried away with attaching to any of them. But who's to say that we cannot integrate all the components in? And also, who's to say that we have to do it right now? We tell ourselves that. We're impatient. We say, okay, Eureka, I figured it out. I need to combine all of these things into my purpose in life, or what I'm supposed to do, or what the universe wants me to do in life. I got it. That means I need to do it right now. I need to integrate it all in now. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And we overwhelm ourselves instead of taking baby steps, one step at a time, okay? Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Anyway, just some food for thought today, because there's a lot of information out there and there's a lot of people trying to push us in certain directions that our soul doesn't necessarily want to go in, and you will feel that. That's an intuitive feeling. So if you're really resistant to something, pay attention to why you are resistant to something. Not just that, oh, I'm lazy, I don't want to do it, I don't want to work. Explore why. Maybe it's not resonating with your core being, okay? Maybe you're attaching too much to one of those roles instead of looking at the bigger picture of who you are. Now, it's not about just those roles, it's getting also to the core of who you are and what's lighting you up. You'll hear me talk about this in a lot of my videos because this is my reason why. We live so much of our life up here. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just have to mention this. We live our life so much up here on the superficial, right? So we think, okay, I'm being told and I'm consuming all this information, consuming to make a decision, but I'm making a decision from up here. But underneath it is the core of our being, what's lighting us up, okay? We live so much in society and life superficially. It's like, okay, what's going to fix me? What's going to cure me? Give me the remedy right now, right? We're impatient. Yet, we refuse to look inside a little bit more ourselves and really find out who we are. And I know this is hard. It's a hard thing to explain because we have so much information and so much noise and we are bombarding constantly with remedies and things we should do and blah, 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 but it's all up here on that superficial level. Well, I want to take your brain and your perspective and your perception, and I'm not going to necessarily tell you like remedies, what you should do, because everybody is completely different, but I want you to take it from here and go here, one layer deeper and deeper and deeper. I want you to get to more of your authentic self and who you really are inside. Not who society is telling you to be, not who you think you should be, because you're attaching to one of these roles because you don't know any other way, or society has been telling you to go any other way. So I guess the best advice for starting out for something like this is to quiet the chatter, the outside and the brain. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do. Quiet the noise. It's like, well, there's always noise. Always. Even when I'm alone in my house, there's noise. That's because you're coming at it from up here. You need to bring it down further into here, okay? Into your heart, into your solar plexus, there's an area below your belly button called the dantian, which is where your body stores its energy. Try to put your focus, instead of here, bring it down to here, okay? It's gonna be difficult at first, and a lot of times we give up because that's what we do. We're like, oh, I just can't. I just can't. Well, you are the only person telling yourself that you can't. Because you can, because it's the core of your being. It's who you really are, but you've been so ingrained and so programmed throughout your life to think a certain way, or to feel a certain way, or not feel a certain way, to numb yourself out or just repress stuff that's hidden inside. And you never really listen to yourself. So again, it's something hard to explain. It's something you just have to try for yourself. Again, I'm not going to tell you what to do because we all have our own experiences, and I don't, while I want to educate and I want to give the advice and opinion, things like that, I don't want to tell you how to do something that you already essentially know how to do. You just feel like you don't. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe. I put out new videos every single week. Spread the message around if you would. And until next time, I will see you on the next video. So peace out.